Good morning, friends. This is Meg at Chasing Retro. This is the second video of the day. This is a flip through of another Easter themed journals that I just finished. This one is reserved, as is the other one that I showed previously. This one is going to a very special friend, and it is a chunk and full of so many wonderful things. It's got a 2-inch spine and 4 signatures. And the tassel is just a variety of ribbons and chenille and lace in the colors that match the cover. And it's tied with a snippet tie with lots of different Easter and spring themed fabrics on it. Page count, just like I said on the other one, I started off limiting myself to 14 or 15 pages per signature. So that would be doubled if folded, and then all of that doubled if you do back and fronts. However, as I went along, I realized I wanted to keep adding pages to put more elements in. So I want to say anywhere from 14 to 17 pages per signature. I don't have an exact count, but just know that there are 4 of those signatures in here. I just could not stop adding things. All of them will come with a seed packet, and I need to find a place to tuck this one. This is a book that a lot of you told me was evidently pretty rare. I had never seen it either. It was in a, how shall I say, discarded pile at an antique store because it was damaged on the spine. So I got it for only $1 and I snatched it up, but I didn't realize that it was somewhat of a harder book to find. I left it as it is on the back as well. The colors were really fun to work with in this one. Lots of purples and pinks and mint with some yellow throughout. I left the inside as it is. Precious little duckling there. We have an Easter egg right here made with layered, or I guess put in a row, washi tape in spring colors. And then we have a double pocket. And then this is one of the things that I received from Lou. I'll link her channel below. She and I did an Easter spring swap, and she sent me enough items to use not only in her journal, but also in the others as well. So thank you, Lou, for that. This adorable little tag. And then this is a glittered Easter egg tag. My mom used to buy the glitter Easter egg kits for my sister and I when we were younger. So that's very nostalgic for me. Here is a hem page with some flowers from a Wildflowers book glued down. And here's a fabric tag and a music flashcard with the girl from a very old sewing pattern on the front. And then here is a napkin decoupage tag and a vintage playing card. And then I have some vintage eyelet that I received from Rhonda and some ribbon to hide the raw edge of that. And this is not glitter, it's more of a pearlized paper. It's very pretty. And here's the first page. You can see there's a little bit of staining, which probably went into the fact that the antique store owners put it in that pile. But we rescued it. This is from a children's book. I believe Lou sent this to me. It has beautiful pictures in it. Cute bunnies. A balance sheet. This is a vintage greeting card that I had for Easter. It's fully glitter, but it does not really come off. And this is Helen Steiner Rice. Here is a little butterfly glued to the corner of that page. This is a tuck spot envelope, and then we have this little notepad sheet, and this is from, I received this recently in Happy Mail. It was Easter bonnets that you can make yourself, probably from the late 50s. And then the envelope is closed with this little butterfly, and there's a little card inside. This is from a cake decorating book, one of those annual books from Wilton. Some punched paper. a vintage sticker from the 80s. This adorable ruffled Grosgain trim. I don't know who sent this to me, but I love it. It's so frilly. This is from a children's book called The Chocolate Bunny. I don't know why he's making one out of wood. Maybe it was a mold. I read it before, I tried to read it before I took it apart, but I was just anxious to get going on these journals. This is some washi tape. This is from a children's songbook. This is a little strip of scraps. I love making those. And a little bunny sticker from an Echo Park paper pack that I use throughout all of these. Here is a shaker page. Lots of fun sequins and glitter and confetti. And this is some of that gift basket wrap. This is some punched border with, it's made of a digital of an old sheet, and then some blue background. And this is from a greeting card. And this is a piece of ephemera that I received recently in Happy Mail. Here we have a vintage Hallmark coaster and a little journaling card made with some Easter cardstock. This page in the middle is a book. When I first started journaling, I picked up this book. I think it was called Pipe Cleaner Fun, and it was all the things you can make with pipe cleaners and pom-poms. And I saved the Easter page for an Easter journal one day. And then we have tiny little flowers on the middle of each signature on the string. This is from a children's book. This is a phonics card, and I put a flower on it. And then this is some of that stamped block stamping that I did of a trumpet flower. A belly band made with, this is actually a embossing folder that I have for borders. I have just now started to use it, and I used some pearlescent pink paper. This says Bunny Approved. I used my letter stamps a good bit in these journals. And this is a rubber stamp of some bunnies. I wrapped some fabric around this page. This paper clip has a little glass tulip. And then we have this piece cut off of a garland and a wallpaper tag. Oh, here's a hot cross buns recipe, and I didn't want to cut it off, so I left it to flip down just in case the new owner would like to make those. This is from a book, The Country Bunny and the Golden Shoes, and I made a little pocket. This is one of Lou's digitals, and this is a vintage current recipe card. Some fabric with some glitter on the bumblebee. I stamped these eggs and put them down. Here's another vintage sewing pattern girl, and this is some punched out letters from Lou. Some rickrack on that side. I just love the color combo of these two pages. This other half of the greeting card, it has a signature in it. And on the back, I put a fabric pocket with some pansies, and this is some gift wrap, and this is from, I believe, a Jack and Jill magazine. And this is the library card. This is a little basket that I made with some velvet trim, and I put a bow here, and then I tucked some eggs inside for journaling. Corner pocket with some cute bunnies and rickrack. This is one of Lou's digitals, and this is from a children's book, and I put a quilting scrap at the top. This is from Dick and Jane, of course. And this is some Stampin' Up! That I used to make a background, and we have washi and a butterfly. And this is embossed. It's from a greeting card. And here is a book page from The Country Bunny. I did not want to choose between these images to cut out, so I just put the whole page in here. Sometimes I just can't pick. A side pocket with another stamped background card that I made. This is from a vintage sewing pattern. It looked like little girls' Easter dresses in the 80s. And this is from Carrie and Friends. This is from a book that I loved as a child called The Little Rabbit. And some vintage pink seam binding. Dandelion that matches the dandelion stationery. Here's a little notepad sheet. There's some vellum on here. This is one of Lou's digitals. I made it into a pocket. We have an Easter egg note sheet and a family circus. Some gift wrap and another 80s sticker. A recipe book page. We have a tiny little paper clip, clothespin here, and some gift wrap made into a tag and a little journaling card. Here's some beautiful golden gift wrap and then an Easter seal. This is one of the laminated digitals that I made this a couple weeks ago, and this is from Carrie and Friends as well. This is from a children's reader, a greeting card with some embossed pansies on the front, two little mini pockets, and there's a laminated cross and a dry cleaning ticket, and I stamped this. And then up here we have a ticket with an Easter egg and a little journaling card with some carrots. And that kind of peeks out the top. On this side we have some stationery. I received this recently in Happy Mail. It's embossed. It's just plain paper on the inside. And then we have, I ran this cardstock through my embosser. And then we have an image from that children's book about the bunny with the golden shoes and some vintage fabric made into a tag. I got this on an estate sale last year, I believe, maybe the year before. Love the colors. Some Bunny Loves You, and I put one of Lou's bunnies here, and then here's the flowers. On this side, we have a little note sheet with a bunny. And this is decoupage napkin. And this is from the cake book, again, the Wilton Cake magazine. Some gingham bunny puffy trim. I stamped this little flower box. This is from the Ugly Duckling book. Washi tape. This is from a book, a children's book of prayers, I believe. And I hinged it with whatever's on the other side. I've already forgotten because I wanted it to be straight up and down. And then here are some punched flowers. This is an image from the Country Bunny book. A corner pocket. This is from a children's, it's not a board book, but it's thicker than paper. It's like a cardstock page. Lou sent me this felt bunny and I created a tuck spot with it. This is from the master board that I made, and we have a bridge tally in there. This, I had so much fun with this. I made this little egg that pulls out. It looks like the EOS lip balm. That's what made me laugh when I finished it. I was like, oh, it looks like the lip balm. But it should fit right back into itself with the shell. This is another Easter bonnet page from the Easter bonnet book, or the booklet. And then this is the instructions on how to make it. This is from Lou. This is an iron-on transfer and a paper ruffle. This is from a very old embroidery magazine. A little belly band with a little lamb image in the middle. And this is from a planner from 1953 and one of Lou's digitals. Punched yellow vellum. This is wide ribbon, but I removed the wire and made a ruffle. A little sticker from the Echo Park pack. This is scented drawer liner. It's rose scented. I believe it's Crabtree and Evelyn. It's very light though because it's old, but I wanted to include it. This is from a Jack and Jill magazine, and it just flips up for journaling space. A fabric cluster. Oops, I skipped one. This is from my fabric master board. And then this is a decoupage napkin. And this is from a children's book, and it was a large square image, so I just folded it in half and sewed it together to make a tag. This is from Ideals magazine, and it's the center. Here's the flower pot, like in the last one, and the flower comes out for journaling. This is from a children's book, and tucked in here we have an embossed notepad sheet and a fabric tag. Little Easter eggs glued here. This is the cluster that I did with a stamped bunny and some fabric or ribbon. And then this paper clip has a little basket that Lou sent me. And then clipped here is a tally and a journaling card. This is from an Ideals magazine, and I just sewed it down to some cardstock. And this is a vintage postcard for Sunday school. Some vintage trim there. Ribbon. This is a laminated pocket, and in here I have a coin envelope, with the stenciled carrot card. A fabric pocket, and here is the chocolate bunny like in the last one. And this is from Ideals magazine, Easter lilies. This is a Rita flip. And then this is one of those envelopes in the back of Ideals. I did not seal it or anything, so it can be fully unfolded and written on. Here's a pocket with a laminated chick, and that's where I'll put the seed packet because I forgot it was a tuck spot. Here we go. And then this is a craft card, and this is a flip up tag. I got those craft cards at my reuse store about a year ago. Here's a fabric flip. I recently received this from Peg. She printed on fabric. So here's the bunny. And then we got some Swiss dot and some fun trim. A decoupage napkin pocket. This is from a reader. And just another fun tag. This is from Childcraft. This is from Ideals. This is from the Country Bunny book. We have a Rolodex card. This is some vintage Rubbermaid shelf liner. It's waxy, but I put it on in a file folder. It's from the 80s. Found that at the craft reuse as well. Here's a little stamp cluster. This is some vintage gift wrap that I found at the estate sale a couple weeks ago, where everything in the house was pink and blue. And this was as well. This is a textured paper placemat. I love these. That was probably my favorite find in the whole sale. And then a little 80s sticker. flower. I think this is Dick and Jane. Maybe it's just a reader. Some fringe trim. Here's a fabric cluster. This is from a children's book. This is one of Lou's digitals, and this is a decoupage card. Little flowers here, and then I did this little cluster. I stamped these bunnies, and this is also stamped. This is my peeps. This is from a children's book, and this is an envelope that's been decoupaged. Let's see if I can remember which way I did it. Yes. And then inside there is a postcard from Ideals magazine that I put onto file folder. Another little sticker. This is from the Chocolate Bunny book. He's getting into the melted chocolate. A scrap snippet, a little sticker. Here's a little embossed die cut that Lou sent me. I stapled it here and covered over the staple with a little card. I used one of Lou's digitals as a tuck spot. This is from the Chocolate Bunny. And this is some handmade, hand-painted paper that some friends of ours who do international ministry at their church gave me. So I'm pretty sure this is international students from Clemson University that created these beautiful banners. And in the corner of the banner, in I'm not sure what language, an Asian language of some sort, were Bible verses. But I saved that too, but the cherry blossoms. So it's sort of very fine. It almost feels like Kleenex. I'm not really sure what it is, but I put it onto cardstock. Some velvet ribbon and a little paper flower. Another stamped bunny. This is Lou's, I believe, and then a greeting card. And a belly band made with a masterboard. And we have a decoupage napkin, and this is from Jack and Jill. And the last story page is the back cover. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the new owner loves this journal and loves writing in it. I'll see you on the next one.